thank you so much for being here. Okay, Aries, I have some strange news for you. The same stuff as usual. Okay, so by the first part of Sagittarius, which has already been in November, you might already know that something is not quite how you expected. Perhaps you didn't get exactly what you wanted, or you weren't treated exactly as you feel you should be treated. And this is where Aries turns around and makes itself more upside down. What I mean upside down is where you might be very sensitive to other people's lives. You might be super triggered and super annoyed, and you might get strangely conservative and strangely closed up and ready to go, ready to leave, ready to get in a fight, ready to pack your bags, ready to do something. And it feels to be right for some of you. For most of you, it is actually good to say no. And I understand as to where this energy is coming from, but please don't get stuck. So the thing here that you can get stuck with is this feeling of the righteous truth. The feeling of wanting to connect differently next time. You know, the feeling of robust safety that you can sometimes elaborate on as you create a story in your head that perhaps sounds much better and much greater than the one you're having now. But the thing I feel, Aries, is not to do that. The thing I believe right now is great is to move along and move aside, and also not to get placed. If you are hearing something you don't like, if you're feeling unlucky, if you're feeling lack of self-worth, you have to change direction. And change direction how is to change your values pretty fast. And very soon perhaps you will find yourself in the arms of someone else. Perhaps you are going to very quickly ascend out of the situation, but you have to not complain, because this is where it's very sticky. And I feel it's already getting very sticky for you guys when you can see something is not paying you back, and someone is not giving you the type of response that you usually would prefer. And that's fine, and that's good. It's values, yeah, standards and values, it's fine. I believe that the most important part of this type of transit is freshness. Freshness and faith. We have the most elaborate and the most curious time for innovation ever. We have the most amazing time to do the most ecstatic things. And one of the things that I believe you can do is just create like this. You can spark. But sometimes it takes a lot of debris. And it takes a lot of things that are old and perhaps are not applicable to you anymore to make a start. Because sometimes you have to begin and know that you have to begin by understanding that something else is lost or gone or just completed. It's good to know that it's done. It's good for us all to see you shine. And also it is so nice for you to step right away from all that growth. I'd say that deliberate ideas and stories of other people doing well, other people not being taken advantage of, other people doing the best work and being paid multi-millions for the same thing you do, all these success stories that make you feel like a fool, they don't have to be serious. They don't have to be deliberately placed in your world as a certain type of proof that you are not hearing yourself enough, or that you need to raise your prices or raise your stamina or raise your standard. As it feels to me, this worry is just about Mars in your 12th house. So one of the opposite ideas to this is love. I feel that you are actually in love, Aries, or you are soon to be, or you can be very loving or in a loving circumstance soon enough. I don't feel that no one loves you. I don't feel that nobody cares. I actually feel that you are loved and you are cared for. It's just about surrendering and making it easy for yourself. We have a very strong Mars for you now, and we also have a very shy but also incredibly volatile Venus in the 12th house to the Sun. So we have to trust you here as well. And you have to appreciate the people that do, and people that have come perhaps a long way to see you, or the types of people that really, really have come a long way in their journey to connect with you, or people that have really wanted to be part of your heart, part of your home, or part of your relationships, you know, part of your story. There is an important part played by those that embrace you during this time. And it would be very interesting to find healing in those aspects offered to you freely, rather than to try and climb. Though climb you must, but I would suggest, before looking over to someone else's picture and thinking, how are they gaining all of this? How are they getting all of this? Especially when it comes to knowledge, smarts, business skills, social skills, societal skills. You might want to have a look as to how far you can go with just the people that you have right here or right here. There is probably a person there for you, or people that are there that are already wide, that are already expanded by your energy, and perhaps they're not reacting to you now as they did before. That's also another thing to note. Perhaps there's like a gooey or like even a clingy feeling in the rest of us also as well. But you have to basically here try to discern, of course, but structure a new, fresh, unimportant perhaps, or just a creative, enjoyable situation or a being. It's a very nice time for fertility for you guys as well. So structure something that feels very new and very fond, with discernment, of course. But in terms of us, I feel that it would be very, very harsh for you to try to change your world based on how we are reacting to you. And it also feels to me it could be very, very volatile for you to try and manage us people, because it would probably give you much less in the future. So tunnel vision is best sometimes for a time like this. Your own curiosity, your own interest, and your own introspective portals, or like pockets of introspection, are great. But also another thing that I feel is very good for you is time. I feel time is working deliciously for you, Aries, and you can structure a lot more and a lot better during this time than before. So thank you very much. I hope this has been good for you. And yes, have a wonderful December. Here's my almanac for the year 2019. It's out now. If you'd like to have a look, grab yourself a copy, as all the links below. Thank you, Aries. Bye.